What is going on, guys? Bengal again here, coming back at you with another video, and today got another rebuild for you. This time, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, featuring Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, another addition. And while this is one of the better overall teams in Madden, rating-wise, as you can see, they're an 83 overall. This is the rebuild for the future, right? So we gotta think, further out than Tom Brady, further out than Gronk, obviously. Some of these older players, Levante David as well, that we're gonna need to, I guess, replace long-term. So this one should be a lot of fun. It's like basically rebuilding the Patriots of the previous years when I've done this video, but it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers now. But this team has a lot more talent, in my opinion, than some of those Patriots teams that we've had. Because you think about Mike Evans, think about Chris Godwin. There are a lot of really, really good players on this team. But yeah, go ahead, hit that subscribe button if you're new. If you're enjoying the content, I would appreciate it. We're on the path towards 200,000 subscribers, so every single subscription helps. If you think, it doesn't, mine won't even matter that much, it's only one. But if everyone who has that mindset hits subscribe, that's going to be like 1,000 easily. So hit that subscribe button, please. Would mean the world to me. You can always unsubscribe. And also, my merch is finally in. I got the Vanilla Vic design here. I got it in pink. I mean, there are a bunch of different colors as well. If you look in the description, you can see the merch link. And you can pick something up. I tried to get some cool designs in there, and then there's some more like, I guess, like funny stuff as well with like the nice and the 69 on the back, like it's a jersey, and the Ben Bone stuff. But I thought the Vanilla Vic is actually something that you can actually like wear, and it's like kind of cool looking with the ice cream, and I don't know, it's just a fun design. That's not your speed, that's not your speed, but check it out if you're somewhat interested. Let's go ahead and jump right into the rebuild. So let's talk about the team here. There are a few changes I want to make right off the bat. I can tell you Donovan Smith is not in the long-term future because of his contract, and that's the biggest thing. Well, he's only a 70 overall, so that's like weighing into that decision, even though he's, what, 27? Yeah, I mean, with his contract, and we're going to take a look at it here. It didn't really make any sense when they did this, but he's getting paid a lot of money. Only 2 years left on the deal, but at $14.5 million for Donovan Smith, that's really bad. So Tristan Wirfs is at right tackle. He's going to be fine. Alex Kappa, we need to upgrade. And then Ryan Jensen and Ali Marpet are actually great. Jensen's a little bit older at 29, but I think he should be fine. And then Ali Marpet is unbelievable. The only player you could ever name from Hobart that's been any good in the NFL. He might even been the first Hobart player ever drafted, but 89 overall, 27 years old. Ali Marpet should be really, really good. I think we've gotten him in a lot of rebuilds so far, or maybe one or two, but I've only done like 4. This is my 4th, so I guess he's been in a lot of them. But Ali Marpet, who's been drafted out of Hobart? Oh yeah, I don't. How did I forget this, dude? Ali Marpet will become the first Hobart player to play in the NFL since Fred King in 1937. I should have known that. What am I, stupid? That's obvious. Fred King. Oh, come on. That's like, thinking of famous bands and forgetting Milton Brunson and the Thompson Community Singers. Come on, Fred King? That's an obvious one, dude. How did I miss that? But yeah, we got Gronk as well. It's an interesting tight end group because Gronk still has superstar development. He's 31 years old, but, I mean, he's good. He's a 92 overall. And I think a lot of people took too much stock in Gronk and they're like, oh, man, why is he such a high overall? It makes no sense for Gronk to be rated that highly. But you have to remember, he was one of the best tight ends we've ever seen. And not only that, but 3 years ago, when he wasn't injured, Gronk was actually still really, really good. And it's like, yeah, he took a year off from football. He dropped weight, but he also put that weight back on. And he never really dominated by being like the fastest on the field or anything like that. So I don't think the weight and the age is going to be a problem. He's just big and physical, and he catches the football, and he holds on, and he fights through tackles. And I think he's still going to be able to do that. It's tough for EA to say, hey, this guy's going to regress a lot from where he was. And, I mean, he's down from where he was overall-wise. But when you look at him, and you look at his actual stats here, or his actual attributes, like his run blocking is decent. His awareness is very high. Catching traffic is pretty high. It's not like his route running's anything crazy. It's not like his lead block's crazy. It's not like his speed's crazy. He just, based on awareness and catching traffic and what factors into making a tight end a high overall, it's what they do after the catch, which you can see trucking, stiff arm, like, stuff like that, and catching the ball in traffic. He's not fast. He just can catch the ball. And what are you going to say? Gronk's not going to know how to catch anymore? I don't know. Whatever. I'll get off my soapbox here. Backfield consists of Rojo, LaShawn McCoy, TJ Logan, and Keshawn Vaughn they drafted. We'll probably play him over TJ Logan. Not that they will matter at all. Blaine Gabbert's in here, the Blaine plane, and of course Tom Brady. But he is, what, 43? Yeah, he just can't be in our long-term plan. But he should be good for this year. Mike Evans in there, Chris Godwin. Scotty Miller is actually underrated. One of the only players I can think of from Bowling Green that's any good. And then Tyler Johnson. A lot of potential out of Minnesota there for him. O.J. Howard's a beast, so we don't even need another tight end. We're going to extend him at some point. And then defensively, Antoine Winfield was one of the best safeties in the class. Best cover guy, you could say. Because even though I love Xavier McKinney, and I like Grant Delpit a lot as well, Antoine Winfield is a different type of safety. And even though he is physical, he can play over the top really, really well, despite not having ideal size at only 5'9", just over 200. But Antoine Winfield's great. We got Jordan Whitehead, probably not going to end up holding on to him. Andrew Adams, Justin Evans, former Giant great here, and Andrew Adams, undrafted out of UConn. I like the cornerback group. Sean Murphy-Bunting, I'm a big fan of. He was really awesome at Central Michigan. Jamel Dean, also big fan of him. Super athlete from Auburn. What did he run? He ran real fast, 93 speed in the game. We're going to make Carlton Davis our third corner just because of the development traits. And then when we look at the defensive line, and Ndamukong Suh's here. He's got star development. Back on the Bucs for him. Should be really interesting. So I just said back on the Bucs. I caught myself saying that. I'm like, what are you talking about? Sometimes I go real fast. I just misspeak or get discombobulated. But yeah, on the Bucs, not back on the Bucs. But Vita Vea in here as well. Running back extraordinaire at 6'4", 347. Nose tackle beast. Can actually get after the QB a little bit as well. Outside of that, there's not much. Don't care about Jeremiah Ledbetter, William Golston, or Raheem Nunez Roches. So we got to improve the defensive line a little bit because Ndamukong Suh is going to regress. But at linebacker, we're set. Shaq Barrett had a great year. JPP really was blown up last year. I mean, he came onto the scene like a firecracker, just getting after the pass rusher there. Levante David, Devin White. Devin White has a super high ceiling. Super athlete as well. 78 overall. He's only 22 years old. Face scan in the game looks really good. It's nice that they got him. I don't think they had him last year. But 92 speed at middle linebacker, like that's crazy. So this team is really, really good. Should probably compete for a Super Bowl here in year one in the game. And, yeah, I guess slot receiver O.J. Howard. All right, got to change that. Got to change some things in the back end of the depth chart. I don't really think I'm going to be making any trades right now. I think we're just going to ride with this team. Maybe one or two. Okay, making a big trade here. We're actually moving our first-round pick. I don't think it's going to have a ton of value anyway if we're going to be as competitive as I imagine, competing for a Super Bowl. Cameron Brate, Donovan Smith, getting rid of his contract, and that first-round pick for Daron Payne. That is our upgrade at that left end spot in this 3-4. I'm also considering moving Ndamukong Suh because he is 33, and while he's been one of the most dominant players in the NFL casually over the last decade, you could say, Ndamukong Suh is super old, so I'm not sure he's in our long-term plans. I just don't think he should be or is. I will say, these Bucs uniforms look so good. I just love the way the red pops. Super sharp. I wish they went with a different color than the, what are they calling that? The gunpowder color, like pewter. But, I mean, it's not bad. The red just looks so good. Helmet looks good. I really like the Bucs uniforms, I will say, because they remind me of like the 2000s Bucs uniforms that were so nice. Trading William Golston, a third this year, a fourth next year for a first-round pick from the Cardinals, getting a pretty good return there. I'm thinking about moving some of these guys, as I mentioned. I have to see what Ndamukong Suh's contract situation is. I would assume he's on only a one-year deal. I can't imagine it's more than two. So he's someone I might want to move. I don't know. I mean, does that hurt our chances at winning a Super Bowl? We'd basically be in the same spot before acquiring Daron Payne because Daron Payne could fill that role. So, not entirely sure what I want to do there. Shaq Barrett's on only a one-year deal, but he's in my long-term future. 27 years old, he should be fine. Where is Suh here? One-year deal. I probably should trade him. I mean, I just probably should. Man, a lot of guys with only 1 year remaining on their deal on this team. Like, way too many. Trading Ndamukong Suh and Andrew Adams to the Miami Dolphins for their number 8 overall projected pick. Hopefully the Dolphins suck. I'd like to get their other pick as well, but I'm not sure how reasonable that is. I don't really have too much else to trade. I already moved Cameron Brate. Like, Shady would be on the move, maybe. He's 32, obviously not in the long-term future. I tried to move Mike Edwards, but I just couldn't really find the right spot for him. I didn't really want to move Carlton Davis, but that'd be another player who we could potentially let go of. JPP as well makes a lot of sense, but I kind of want him for this year, even though he's going to regress. And I don't know, maybe I should trade him. I'm kind of talking myself into it. So, Jaguars, you want him? Ooh, you do? That's going to be tough because I really want your first-round pick, and you're going to be like, nah. But I'm going to get it. All right, LaShawn McCoy, JPP, and a second-round pick to the Jags for their first-round pick. Now, of course, projection doesn't really matter. What actually matters is how they end up playing. And maybe JPP and Shady will help them out, and they'll compete for a Super Bowl, and that'll be the worst pick in the draft in the first round. Who knows? So, I mean, it is what it is. We need a left tackle and a right guard at some point. AQ Shipley is now on the team. Former Cardinal with the Bruce Arians connection. What else do I need here? Who else can I trade? I'm not moving O.J. Howard. I talked about that. Defensively, I don't really think I'm moving anybody else either. I mean, Mike Edwards I could trade. But, like, what would I get? I need a defensive end or an edge rusher. Edge rushers are pretty tough to trade for. I might try one more trade. I'm actually just going to keep things as they are. And another thing, right, is I'm going to sign somebody to free agency. No, I mean, not trade anybody. Where is Jadeveon Clowney? Not that I do want to sign him. Logan Ryan's available, but why is Clowney not in the free agent pool? Is he? I mean, was he just signed by somebody? No. I don't know. I wish we could have him. Darren Lee actually might not be a bad pickup. Cameron Wake is good for right now, and we're competing for right now, so I guess I am going to sign Cameron Wake. And maybe a right end. We don't need Clay Matthews. Chris Smith does not help us. Jabal Sheard does help us. All right. Welcome to the Bucs. I can't afford you. Okay, never mind. But I'm going to make something happen. I'll make a move. All right, Joe Haig is making way too much money to be a 62 overall. And I get a cap penalty for releasing him? Okay. I guess he's going to stick around. I don't need Ryan Smith. Can I cut you? Another big cap penalty. Guess not. Justin Evans, I don't really want to cut, but I bet he's going to be, you're fine. You just, yeah, we can. I'm just going to hold on to him. I'll find somebody. Like Nunez Roches, I don't want you. What is up with the cap penalty, man? I don't want you. Just go. Au clair. Get off the team. Not helping. All right, we're gonna release him. The cap penalty is gonna carry over. It's not gonna be right now. We don't have to worry about that. All right, Ryan Griffin is gonna clear the way for me to sign Jabal Sheard there. So Blaine Gabbert, we don't really need him, but that's my starting left tackle. There's got to be somebody better. We'll release him. Donald Penn is just so expensive. There's Willie Henry. Is that my best option? We don't have the money. I got to clear more space. I want Sheard, and I want Donald Penn probably as well. Right now, I can't afford either, but I'm working magic. I'm making cuts. I'm making stuff happen. Actually, I know it's like not realistic in real life because of the situation with Gerald McCoy, big injury in free agency, but we're going to bring him back to Tampa Bay just because of the history he's had here in Tampa with the Bucs. So I am bringing in Gerald McCoy. He's going to play that right end role, and I don't think I can afford Donald Penn. I can't, so we're just actually going to bring back Josh Wells. I know I just cut him, but we need him, so he's back. So this is the team for season number 1. I've got high hopes. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. 83 overall team. You guys have seen it for the most part. Not too much has changed, but this is the way Specialist is looking. Chris Godwin, Mike Evans as our 1 and 2 in the slot. It's just to get their targets up. Carlton Davis is our slot corner. Devin White, I wanted as my sub linebacker to get him more involved than Levante David just because I need him to develop. So that's why that is a thing. And we're going to simulate to the midseason mark. I might stop it around week 7 just so we can see if we might want to trade some guys, depending on how competitive this team is with expiring contracts or due to regression, something like that. So hit that subscribe button if you're new. It's not related to what I'm saying right now, but I do want it to happen, so please do it. Oh, 2-5 at the midseason mark. That's awesome, man. Why are we 2-5? 18th offense and 30th defense? Good Lord. All right, I changed the playbooks. I'm going KC offense, football team. I almost screwed up. Football team defense. If you want another ad for myself, I got football team merch on the website as well. So I check it out. That one's just kind of funny. But Gronk's in here, Levante David, Chris Godwin, Shaq Barrett. 4 guys in a row, all with superstar development. And then no one else really matters too much. Shaq Barrett I want, and Godwin I want. Levante David I kind of want. Like, he's a 90 overall. He is getting a little bit older now. I do still want him on the team. Still a really, really good player. But I think Chris Godwin is the most important. We have a ton of money. He's going to get locked up long term. I think 5 years should do it. So he's getting paid a lot here, but had to happen. Chris Godwin returns. Shaq Barrett's going to be expensive as well due to the nature of his position, being on the being an edge rusher essentially. But he returns for 5 years. I don't want Levante David for 5. I don't really want Gronk for more than 1. This is a franchise tag and trade candidate. I mean, I can up the money on this to just over 10 a year, 11, I guess, exactly. So he wants a better bonus, more time. He's going to be a franchise tag and trade type player. And then Levante David, 3 years is probably fine for him. Honestly, he'll go down to what? 86, 80, probably like a 79 at the end of that. So that's like not ideal, actually. Maybe a little bit higher, maybe an 81. So potentially 2 years, up the money a little bit. Something like that. Better bonus and duration. I'll consider Levante David. I don't know just yet. Playoff time, although we'll probably not even make the playoffs somehow. I don't really know why that is. We got crushed this season. Finished 7-9. Saints dominated. Playbook change did not seem to help the offense. 21st. And defense was ranked exactly the same. Weird. Brady wasn't particularly bad. We didn't really have any rushing game at all. Like, that's brutal. We just need better running backs as well to balance out the offense. Chris Godwin had 0 touchdowns. What? Mike Evans with 13. Scotty Miller had 6. Chris Godwin, 0. Wow. Okay, cool. Ridiculous. Levante David put up one of the best seasons I've ever seen in Sim. 7 sacks, 2 picks, 120 tackles with 9 of them for a loss. What a ridiculous stat line. Has to be Defensive Player of the Year, as Shaq Barrett had 12 sacks. We had a lot of pressure on the QB, actually. Interesting. Interceptions, Devin White had 5, 4 for Antoine Winfield Jr., 3 for Sean Murphy. Bunting. He used to be Sean Bunting. Now he's Sean Murphy Bunting, which I don't like. Touchdown for Antoine Winfield Jr. We might do really, really well in the award section. Mahomes wins MVP. Maybe Saints playbook is the move. Offensively. Yeah, that might be. Might try that out. Patriots is always good unless I use it. Coach of the Year, don't really care. Browns are always dominant as well. Browns playbook you really can't go wrong with ever. NFC Offensive Player of the Year is Drew Brees. Brady at 5. Defensive Player of the Year is Devin White over Levante David. No way. Did I just miss him having an unreal year? I mean, he had a good year, don't get me wrong, but I thought Levante David was crazy. Shaq Barrett at 9. Levante David finished at 4. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Justin Jefferson, Keyshawn Vaughn at 2 because of the touchdowns. Tyler Johnson at 10. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Chase Young, Antoine Winfield at 2. I thought he was going to steal it. Unfortunately not. So as I said, I think I'm going to franchise tag Gronk. Just seems to be the best move. He didn't actually regress at all. Well, I'm sure he did, but barely anything. Oh, interesting. Short route -1, catching -2, catching traffic -1. He's still going to be really good. Interesting. Speed didn't even go down. I mean, I'd give him 2 years if he keeps that up. What do you want? Higher bonus? Take the salary down, bonus up. You're gonna test free agency? Well, you're not. It's fool. 10.8. Basically, just a little bit more than I was gonna pay him anyway for 2 years. And then Levante David, I do want him back. He wanted what? Higher bonus and duration. He's already down at 87. He would jump up if I moved him to outside linebacker. But that would involve moving to a 4-3, which we could do. But I'll up the bonus, take the salary down slightly, and then I'd give you 3 years, and then could trade him at any point in there. I didn't want to risk him testing free agency with my franchise tag already used. I don't really think I'm going to bring back Gerald McCoy. I'd like to get younger. Ideally, I'd like to get better. What is he down to? 81? Yeah, I just can't bring back Gerald McCoy. Now Gerald McCoy is having it happen to him again. This is the same situation as before. Who's going to be here in free agency? We have just over 21 mil. Kamara. I mean, we've done that before. But how can you stop me from doing it again? You can't. It's a very easy move. He's a 93 overall, man. We can up the bonus. Take the salary down. 82 total points. His cap is actually kind of a lot for running back. 79. Ooh, we got Alvin Kamara. The offense becomes even better. And that's just kind of our missing piece almost. Brady's down to an 83. We need a QB. Do I want to trade Tom Brady? Not really, honestly. Damn, I know I keep saying it. These Bucs uniforms look so good. I just love the red. I'm not even a big fan of red. But, I mean, it's a decent color. Maybe not an S tier color. It could be a hot take. Mike Evans got Superstar X Factor. I thought, did he already have that? He may have already had it, actually. I don't know. I feel like he already had it, but I'm not sure. Devin White didn't go up. Nobody else went up. Ooh, 5th year options. Vita Vea, yes, I'm in. And that probably won't even be that expensive considering he was a mid-round pick. Or a mid-first round pick. Excuse me, not a mid-round pick. Who else is here? Deron Payne. I also want him back as well. Another guy who wasn't taken like inside the top 5 or anything like that. Where was Deron Payne? Just outside the top 10 as well? I think Vita Vea was at number 13 and Deron Payne was also 13. So maybe Vita Vea was like 12 or 14. He was 12. All right. Sometimes my memory's working great. Other times not so much, clearly. But we're getting ready for the 2021 NFL Draft here. I am excited for it. And, of course, I have not seen the prospects so far. So we'll take a look at the draft class. I've had CPU auto scouting on. We pick at number 2, and what is it, number 7? I think so. Washington football team holds the keys to the number 1 overall pick. And there's a QB. And he is the only quarterback in this class that's any good. So we'll see what happens with that. All right, let's see what football team does at number 1. They take a right guard, 70 overall. Do I make a move for the quarterback right now? Now, here's the thing. He's a late first-round guy. But he looks pretty good. So, I don't know. I mean, who picks behind us? We pick at number 7 again. So, Panthers might, but probably wouldn't. All those teams in front of us probably wouldn't take a quarterback. So, maybe he'll fall. I'm not in love with him as a prospect. I think he'll be decent because he's a QB, but I think I'd rather take either Thomas Bowie to get an edge rusher in there, or Amari Kinney out of Oregon looks fantastic. Those are the 2 players I'm going to take. So, which one could fall? Probably Kinney would be available at 7 more than the edge rusher. What position is more valuable to me right now? We have a free safety already in Antoine Winfield Jr., who's good. Don't need an upgrade there. But we need a defensive end really, really badly. Either in a 4-3 or a 3-4. We need someone coming off the edge. And that is what we're going to take here at number 2 overall in Thomas Bowie at LSU. Welcome to the team, Thomas. He is a 75 overall, ranked at number 8. But I am ecstatic because he has star or better development. It's been a minute. They're so hard to come by this year. So I am just thrilled to actually get someone who has 86 speed, 74 finesse moves to go with nice block shedding, good tackling, agility, pursuit, solid player. Also, this is a good draft class. If the number 8 overall player in the class is a 75 overall, So I'm really happy with that. Another guard goes at number 3. They're flying off the board. I want Kinney. I really do. Finney would be okay too. It's Finney or Kinney. And we could probably Winnie. Don't unsubscribe, please. If Kinney's available after the Jets pick, I might make a move up. The Chargers definitely wouldn't take a safety. They've got Derwin James. But would they? I don't know. I know that Nasir Adderley and Eric Murray. They've got another safety that's actually decent. Not Aloy Gilman. Is he not on the team anymore? No, they had another safety last year that started. I can't believe I can't remember his name. Chargers 2019 depth chart. He stepped in and he actually played really, really well. What is his name? Rayshawn Jenkins. Where's he? That's who it is. All right, I'm not taking him. If they take him, they take him. They take Dante Dixon. They take a free safety who's a 75 overall. The Lions might. We might make a move up with the Lions. I want the safety, man. I think he has a super high ceiling. He reminds me of like Tyrann Mathieu type build, and I want that. Now, it says they don't need a safety at all as one of their top needs. Tracy Walker. Tracy Walker's good. I guess he moved over to strong safety. Do I risk it? Okay, so here's the thing. I'll try to make a move up. And I'll basically like... Maybe I'll do 14 instead so I have back-to-back picks. And then I could actually trade some more value. I'm holding on to Tristan Wirfs no matter what. Alex Kappa has no value. I'm holding on to Ali Marpet no matter what. Quentin Bell will have no value. Shaq Barrett I'm keeping. Anthony Nelson will have no value. It says they need offensive line so bad. Do I risk the safety dropping? It's only one pick. It's not like he's going to be anything crazy, but he could be. They need offensive line, and there are 2 guys back-to-back. I'm going to risk it. Whatever. I'll take the quarterback maybe if they draft a safety here. Whatever. Lions can have him. They take a god-awful guard. All right. Kalen Whitaker, 68 overall. I'm taking Amari Kinney here. He's got B-plus man coverage as a safety. High pursuit. Great athlete. Welcome to the team. 75 overall. He's number 9. We took him at number 7. Only normal development. He'll come in and start right away. 88 speed, 73 zone coverage, 74 hit power. High acceleration. I mean, it's about what I expected. I don't know why I wanted this guy so badly. He's not bad, but he's not like crazy. This is a strong draft class. Cortez Beatty goes behind. This quarterback might actually make it to 14, and I don't know if I'd even take him there. Guards are flying off the board as Bo Herring goes. 77 overall receiver. Saw him. He looked to be pretty good. There goes a middle linebacker I thought was quite good. Was going to consider taking him here. He's a 75 overall. That quarterback is dropping big time. There is another middle linebacker I like too. Connor Craig. It doesn't look quite as good, but is solid. Okay, so here's the situation. There's no one else I really want in the draft. It's kind of a weak tackle class as well. Like, there's no one who's particularly good, even on the offensive line in general. So, even though it's a position of need for us, I can't draft it. I'm going to take the quarterback here. It's going to be a reach, 100%. We are playing for the dev trade and the development behind Tom Brady. Welcome to the team. I'll take that. 73 overall. That's big time. Hidden development as well. That could be so good. 14. This is Ryan Fitzpatrick. 91 throw power is not bad. His accuracy is all good. Speed is pretty good. He's extremely well balanced. I am super happy with this draft so far. 2-star development or better players. I'm in. And there the tackle went just before our pick. 72 overall. Would have been nice to get him. What was I going to do? Trade up? There's still some good players available. The best player still available is Tom Griffin very easily. So we'll be taking him here out of Michigan. Welcome to the team, Tom. 76 overall, ranked number 5 in the draft. We took him at 45. Projected to go in the 4th. 85 speed, 78 finesse moves to go with 72 power moves, 80 pursuit. Really, really good player. Even better than the player we took at what, number 2? Real solid. Ooh, still somebody on my draft board. Patrick Dickens out of Purdue. Like to stick the Dicks in there. Dick ins, whatever. 71 overall. Normal dev. Nice number choice there, Patrick. Number 39. We took him at 109. 89 strength. Nice block shed as well. This guy, he's got some potential, man. 78 power moves, by the way, to go with 74 speed. 83 tackle. we have some potential there. But we'll see how he ends up playing as that's the end of the draft. I'm a little bit worried about we missing that we missed our window with Tom Brady. Now that he's down to an 83 overall, I think the playbook change is going to help out quite a bit. There still are a number of holes on this team. Like this is not a team that's Super Bowl ready, but we definitely have the pieces in place. Tom Griffin could be quite good. I'm surprised that our middle linebacker is rushing as much as he is. Shaq Barrett, I guess we can move over to left outside linebacker. I got high hopes for Thomas Bowie. He looks like he's going to be sick. Versatile guy, 86 strength as well. He's the perfect right end for us. Please stop getting Carlton Davis as our number one. I don't want that. Let's see, special teams, specialist. Stop making OJ Howard my slot receiver, please. I don't want it. Kenny's going to be our starting strong safety, but this is the team for season number 2. I'm going to spend my Coach XP probably on... Is it a mistake to spend it on QB right now? No, it probably is the right time to, actually. I'm going to sign John Ross. I think the speed could come in handy in the slot. And that finally gives us a good trio of wide receivers. Not great, but, you know, former first-round pick, whatever. I need a better offensive line. Like, it probably won't matter that much because, again, everything's just so playbook dependent. But, I don't know. No one is good at all. Okay, midseason mark. Again, I'm going to stop it around week 7 just so we can make a trade if we need to. 4-3 at the midseason mark. I guess it's not too bad. I'm spending my Coach XP. Gronk. Oh, did I not stop the simulation? I definitely didn't. I suck. There's some tough decisions in here. If Gronk is not regressing, I mean, 4-year deal. Okay, you're crazy. I'd give him a 3, I guess. I mean, this is not so bad. He's in 91. He wants a longer contract, though. He's 32. I don't get that. Ryan Jensen, I want back. I'd give him a longer contract because he's a center. And that's, you know, fine for an offensive lineman. Tom Brady, you cannot expect me to extend him. You can't expect me to. He's going to be down to like a 75, dude. I can't. He went down from, what, a 90 to an 83 with Superstar X Factor? Can't do it. OJ Howard, I want back. But I'm not even sure he's worth the money. Because we have Gronk. Rojo, I don't need anymore. Carlton Davis. He's a fine third option. I guess I'll extend him. It's kind of a lot of money for a third corner, in my opinion. But he wants more money. I don't know. Re-signings are weird for these players right now. We're at the top of the division, though. I'm going to simulate to the playoffs. I think this team can definitely make the playoffs. We're on pace for it. I don't want to change any of the playbooks right now. I just want to see how a full season with this team ends up playing. I don't want to say, oh, man, we're ranked 20th in offense now at the midseason mark. I'm going to change it up so we don't get a scope of what it does over a full season. So I'm just going to leave everything the way it is. We'll see if we make it. Hopefully we do. I don't want to not make the playoffs every year of every rebuild, okay? So we didn't make the playoffs. 9-7. Come on, man. 4th best offense. What was our defense? 16th, and we missed the playoffs. That's an average defense with a top 5 offense, and it misses the playoffs. That's so killer. Kamara was a welcome addition to the team. He was fantastic. Chris Godwin, over 100 catches for over 1,000 yards, very barely, and 4 TDs. John Ross had 10 touchdowns in the slot. So you're telling me Chris Godwin has no touchdowns in the slot, but next year John Ross has 10? Mike Evans, pretty good year. Gronk, pretty good year. OJ Howard still had 5 touchdowns. Like, maybe he is worth extending. Defensively, Devin White, very, very solid year again for him. Tackles for loss, 14 for Shaq Barrett, 14 for Vita Vea. Quarterback sacks, 9.5 for Shaq Barrett, 7 for the rookie Thomas Bowie. 3 picks for Devin White, and Carlton Davis led the team. Sean Murphy Bunting with 2. Any defensive touchdowns, at least 1. Sean Bunting had the touchdown. And then yearly awards. Patrick Mahomes wins another MVP. Seems to be the trend there. No Bucks in there. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Ezekiel Elliott. Tom Brady at 6. Defensive Player of the Year, Khalil Mack. Devin White at 7. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Charles Bonner. Patrick Finney. Backup QB finishes at 10. Makes sense. And then defensive rookie of the year is Thomas Bowie. There we go. Amari Kinney finishes at 4th. Tom Griffin at 7. Damn, Jags made it to the Super Bowl? The Packers murdered them, but still wild to see. Gronk only regressed by 1. Brady is down to a 76. Carlton Davis, I said I don't want Rojo already. I don't know. I mean, is it worth it to bring back O.J. Howard? Maybe. What does he want? Higher salary? All right, I can do that. Can't go any higher than that, though. All right, OJ's back. All right, we extended Gronk for 4 years. He's still a 90. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Carlton Davis, I don't think we need. Yeah, I just don't want him. He's decent. What about 3 years? I don't want to pay you that. I don't want Carlton Davis, man. Just kidding. I want him for 4 more years. Who is in free agency? Jair Alexander. We don't particularly need him, although I will say Mitchell Schwartz would be another really good player to get. Orlando Brown Jr. is well in there. He might be even easier to get. Mike McGlinchey. Bunch of really good tackles in this class. Levante Davis down to an 81. Oh my goodness. Baker's in there. Patrick Finney only had star development. That's kind of stinky. But he's trending up. Tom Brady's trending down. So, got to let him go. Can't pay Michael Gallup that contract based on who we have. Can't do it. Yes, Orlando Brown Jr. accepts. That is just such a massive addition to the team. Man, what a mustache. John Molchan. I like it. I'm in on that. Dude looks like he's playing baseball in the 1880s. Defensively, Griffin's got star. Bowie's got star. No one had higher than that, unfortunately. But this is a pretty good-looking team. I think Griffin actually went up, right? He was normal dev. And he got upgraded, I want to say. Yeah, there we go. Okay. 5th-year options, Devin White. Yes. We're going to go ahead and pick that one up on Devin White. We don't have a ton of money. We're not, like, in a super bad spot. But I think we're, like, what? Like 15 mil in space. So it's not ideal. But, I mean, it's not terrible either. We're going to have to make some tough decisions about who to extend, who to trade, things like that. But it is time for the draft. I don't even know what picks we have. 17. Do we only have 1? We might only have 1 first rounder as the Steelers are picking at number 1. Yeah, 1, no 2, and then a 3, no 4. Amani Woodley, early first rounder. Skipped the combine. Said, hey, Roger Goodell. No way. I'm also coming out with skipping the combine merch, so I don't know if that's of interest to you either. I feel like this is just a huge advertisement video, but I mean, I feel like you might be interested. I don't know. A really strong cornerback group at the top there. Don't really need anybody though. All right, no reason to trade up, so we're just going to simulate to 17, see what the board is looking like. As there goes a quarterback, Carson Moran to the Bears. He'll finish probably top 10 at MVP first year. And I looked at Dylan Portis. Looks really, really good. Add some versatility. Is an edge rusher, but I think would fit in. Jonathan Kirkpatrick is our Levante David replacement, maybe. Could go with a right guard, as we do need one. We definitely have some options. So Woodley is basically a defensive tackle. Well, he's a 3-4 end size-wise. So we don't need to draft one of those up top. And we don't really need an edge rusher at the spot. Like, we don't really need one. But, I mean, it's an interesting player. I think it would make the most sense to take Kirkpatrick to back up and eventually replace Levante David. We do need a right guard really badly. We could also trade up. That is an option. We could make a move, and we could trade one of these players. Shaq Barrett, I mean, Levante David's got to go. How would a 4-3 look for this team? Barrett off the edge. Bowie would probably play off the edge as well. And we don't need a defensive tackle in that situation. All that, like that 3rd round, 4th round guy is going to be, who skipped the combine, he'd be a solid backup. More depth. What do I really need on defense here? Cornerback, I think, is fine. I think safety's fine. It's really a linebacker. But, like, Griffin is purely an edge rusher, it looks like. He can't cover anything. So he doesn't necessarily need to start. I don't know. And we do need that right guard pretty badly. which everyone's like, take the right guard. Boring. I want to take the outside linebacker, Dylan Portis. I really do. He just doesn't fit with the team, so I got to pass him up. So then it comes down to Kirkpatrick or Dugan. They're both quite good. I want both of them. Jonathan Kirkpatrick, I'm going to take here. Really good player. 74 overall, ranked number 18. We took him at 17. He looks exactly like our outside linebacker. He'll be an excellent backup to take over with Levante David next year. Amazing speed at 91. 84 tackles, 76 block shot, hit power is great. Play rec, acceleration, pursuit strength. Coverage isn't too bad. It's not good, but it'll trend upwards. So Jonathan Kirkpatrick's a really, really good player. And I think we'll make a move up to number 18 maybe if we can. When is this guard supposed to go? Right now, pretty much, or what? No, we can. I'll let 2 picks go, and if he's still available, we'll make a move up. Otherwise, we'll just reconsider later in the draft. There goes a 76 overall corner, and there he goes. He's a 73 overall, which then I'm actually not too mad about that. If he was like a 75, I'd be pissed. 73 is good. I mean, I'm still a little bit annoyed we didn't get him. I probably should have made a move up. But he wasn't supposed to go. I don't know. We'll get a right guard from somewhere. There are options. We can always make something happen. They're extremely easy to trade for. Of course, that baller is off the draft board. Sick, dude. A really good backup running back in Stephen Abraham. Probably going to be the guy I go for. Stephen Abraham, welcome to the team. 77 overall, ranked at number 3 in the draft. We took him at 81. Might just end up being trade bait, but he's a very solid backup running back for now. Rojo's in free agency. We could just bring John Ross back, and I probably will. We need that third receiver. All right, Zach Fulton. There we go. That's actually not a bad starting right guard. Better overall than the rookie. Obviously, ceiling goes much lower, considering he's 30. But good starter for right now. Ellsworth. CPU drafted a hidden development player. I mean, his XP to the next level is super low. I mean, he's very clearly a defensive tackle here. It's only 2,200 XP. Did they just randomly draft a superstar X Factor player? Did they randomly do that? I'm going to move him up in the depth chart anyway, just because the difference is so low. So if he can play more than somebody else that is not going to develop as quickly, I'm going to make that happen. But it was only like 2,000 XP. I wonder if that has anything to do with overall or what. But, yeah, you're going to be our second defensive tackle now. Why not? But this is the team for Season 3. I don't know how we haven't made the playoffs yet. Kind of doesn't make sense. We got unlucky last time. I don't know if I want to change the defense up a little bit. It's like we wouldn't be able to fit Bowie, Barrett, Payne, and Vea all on the same line with Griffin also getting reps in there. But he could be someone that's traded as we move into a 4-3. So there is potential for that. Okay, week 8. We are 4-3. Seems to be the trend so far. Vita Vea is an impending free agent. How much money are we actually going to have to re-sign him? And Deron Payne, and Sean Murphy-Bunting, and Jamel Dean. Jerry Hughes is on the team somehow. I don't know who made that decision. Zach Fulton, of course. But we want these top 4 guys back, I think. I'm pretty sure. 46 mil. Vita Vea is getting paid. All right, Vita. I mean, we need you. You're one of the best defensive tackles in the league now at 90 overall. I like how none of these corners are face scanned. We just paid a lot of money to bring back these top 4 guys. I think it was worth it. What are we down to in cap room now? It would be about 20 mil. But I think it's worth it. We needed those guys, clearly. And we're making another playoff push. 91 offense, 85 defense. I'll make a defensive change playbook-wise if we're still being held back by that. But hopefully not. Hopefully we're actually just going to win out or something. Maybe not win out, but I like us to win out. I just need to make the playoffs, man. Offense should probably be top 10. It's top 5. It's top 3. It's top 2. Patrick Finney's going off. The defense is 28th. It's time to make a change, clearly. This is not getting the job done. Playoff time. We didn't make the playoffs again. 7-9. Come on, dude. Third offense. What did our defense get to? 27th. Why? Why is our defense so bad? Patrick Finney, great first year for him. Alvin Kamara was very, very good. Average almost 6 per carry, 15 touchdowns, almost 1,400 yards. Mike Evans was great. A lot of touchdown distribution here. Godwin 5. John Ross 5. Mike Evans had 5. Gronk had 8. Very interesting. Jacoby Myers is on the team now. Just saw that. Defensively, Devin White with another monster year. 5 sacks, 4 picks on 135 tackles, 7 for loss. Shaq Barrett with 13 tackles for loss. 9 sacks for Vita Vea led the way. 7 for Thomas Bowie. Picks. Sean Murphy Bunting with 4. Devin White with 4. Levante David, Amari Kinney, and Tom Griffin all with 2. Yearly awards. We got Russell Wilson winning MVP. Any what team am I? The Bucks? Yeah, no Bucks in there. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Russell Wilson. Patrick Finney. I'm surprised no Alvin Kamara. Defensive Player of the Year, Devin White. Like to see that. Sean Murphy Bunting at 9. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Carson Moran. I said he was going to be in the top 10 for MVP. Looks like he wasn't, but he did win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Hugh Kelly. No Bucks in there anywhere? Anywhere, really. No, I missed Stephen Abraham at 3. The backup running back, and then Defensive Rookie of the Year. Am I just missing anyone? No, guess not. Super frustrating our defense keeps holding us back so much. I'm tempted to just move to a 4-3 and just go like double Browns or something as they beat the Giants in the Super Bowl. 14-10, absolute barn burner there. I don't really want Mike Edwards back. Bradley Pinion, in my opinion, is not worth it. John Ross, he'll probably end up getting paid actually now. He's been very good for us, but I'm not going to sign him. Zach Fulton probably deserves an extension. I mean, our offense was clicking. That was clearly not the issue. I don't really want to pay Zach Fulton like $5 million though. John Ross, I don't want to pay you $6 million, I'll tell you that. $17 million. David DeCastro would be a right guard worth paying for. Jeffrey Simmons would be a nice pickup, but we don't need him. Brian Burns is here, and no one wants him. It's confusing. Ooh, Sean Murphy Bunting went up to Superstar Dev. Love to see that. Levante David is completely terrible now. O'Shane Zimenez is in here as well. Okay, O'Shane. Would love to see him be dominant in real life. Montez Sweat is in here. Almost traded for him. Brian Burns I want. I know our defense is the big issue for us here. I just don't and can't figure out how to make the defense actually play well. I'm trading Levante David. I'll figure it out. I'll do something. David DeCastro rejected our contract, which is probably for the best. We don't really need him that badly. Bobby Wagner, I'm considering just because like it's not a long-term solution, but it's something that would work pretty well for right now because there aren't a ton of other options. Like Anthony Walker's already 28. So unfortunate. DeAndre Walker, that's a good potential outside linebacker for us. He's got some versatility. He's capable of playing off the ball. Coverage isn't great. Coverage is, pretty awful actually. But we could definitely fit him in as a 4-3 outside linebacker because I moved to a 4-3. It just had to be done. What does Bobby Wagner want? It's not really that bad. He looks so high. His eyes are so red, dude. I don't know if you guys can see that well. I give him a 2-year contract for sure. All right, Bobby Wagner has accepted. 5th-year options. I can't believe we haven't made the playoffs yet, by the way. Tristan Wirfs, I do want back because the team's really good and the offense is performing really, really well. We've been in the top 5, back-to-back years. It's been the defense that's held us back, and usually I'm a build defense first type of mind. But our defense is just not doing well. I just need to find out what defensive playbook's going to be overpowered and then use that. Griffin's going to be, I guess I don't want to say relegated, but he's going to be relegated. I'm going to say it anyway. To a situational pass rusher. Maybe even someone that I should trade. Levante David has no place on the team anymore. Kirkpatrick is going to play outside linebacker. We drafted him in the 1st round last year. It's finally time for him to start. He's a 79 overall there. Bobby Wagner moves up to an 87. Levante David just does not have a spot on this team. So I don't know what his value is going to be. He's super old. He's down to a 75. This is what, I knew would happen with Levante David. Based on the regression system, he's not a ton older. What is he now? 33 in the game. And he's a 75 overall. 33, yeah. I might move him to outside linebacker just to boost up his overall. I'll see if I can move him first. Given that same mindset, I also might see if I can move somebody like, what's his name? The outside linebacker. Griffin. I might see if I can move Griffin. Because he just doesn't really belong playing off the ball, I don't think. Let's see here. 55 zone. I mean, it's not that bad. Good speed, good time. Maybe not. Maybe he just is a starting outside linebacker for us. And Kirkpatrick is still on the bench. Maybe he's a backup middle linebacker. And Levante David just doesn't play. That's the move. Okay. We're going to keep him where he is. So what position would I trade for? It'd really just be a safety, which we could do. And what would the trade be? David, I guess Kinney might be involved in that trade, even though he's not like bad. He's a good backup to have. We don't necessarily need a right guard. I know the draft is coming up. I would love a third receiver who's good, if possible. We'll just look to make some moves in the draft. We'll see. So we pick at number 13 overall. Vikings have the first pick. Dolphins at number 2. Not going to take a quarterback. I'm really just looking at what? Safety, maybe guard. Here's another Kirkpatrick. Looks a little bit different from our linebacker, if I will say that. Don't really need corner. Parker Locke looks okay. Ooh, Nick Cummings. This might be the guy. We'll take a look at him. He's in the 3rd round. I mean, I have to take him. Another first rounder in the 3rd. 2nd round picks are going to be the move here. Oh, another baller. Skip the combine. Say, hey, Roger Goodell. No. I'm hesitating to say what I used to say. Because it's a little much, but you guys, some of you guys will know. Show me a good receiver in this class. Okay. A lot of potential. All right, it's a really good receiver class. That's what we needed. Oh, it's such a good receiver class. No matter what receiver's available at 13, I'm going to be happy. So we're just going to not trade up and simulate to that pick. See who is available. And hopefully hit big. So we definitely have our choice here. There are a few. There are 4 that are really, really solid. Now, I think, is it Marquez Truman is probably my number 1 right now. They're all deep threat guys. Alex McCarthy is quite good, really, really fast. Vondre Pinckney, quite good. Less good than the other ones. And then Jermaine Beekman's quite good as well. I think the best one, though, is Marquez Truman out of Michigan State. So welcome to the team. He is a 77 overall, ranked number 3 in the class. That is our new slot receiver. 97 speed. Wow, he can fly. 86 spectacular catch, 96 agility, 96 change of direction. Oh, what a god. All right, Nick Cummings, we're going to take him. Potential to start him at outside linebacker, depending on how good he is. 74 overall, only normal development. Real solid, but he'll be real solid depth. Solid player, can't cover anybody. Okay. Wow, that is really bad coverage. 42 and 48 for zone and man coverage. Special teamer is what he is. Trading a 2nd next year, 3rd this year, 7th this year for number 49 overall. Why did my voice give out? Now, part of that's me putting it on now. We're going to simulate to our pick here, and we're going to be taking that defensive end who looks very, very solid. He is, let's see here, Wyatt Slate out of Virginia Tech. Seems to be really well balanced. Should be a dominant player, honestly. He's a 75 overall. Of course, only normal development because Madden 21. Speed rusher type. No power moves to him, but good speed, good finesse moves, good acceleration, tackle strength, all that. Solid player. And my last pick's going to be Brian Carmichael. 1st round defensive tackle, number 15 in the class, 74 overall. 94 strength, 70 speed, 76 block shed. Really solid player as well. As that is the end of the draft. Okay, bad news. Very bad news, actually. Rob Gronkowski has retired. Quickly and suddenly, I will say. I mean, like, came out of nowhere. He just signed a big extension. I'm like, are you sure you're going to be able to get this? And he's like, trust me, I'll be good for the next 4 years. He's like, psych, I won't be playing for any of it. I go, okay, Rob. A little strange, but I guess that, you know, Gronk is a little bit strange. All right, where are the backup tight ends? Jared Cook. Jared Cook is the best option. We have, like, no cap room, though. Is Jared Cook... why do I feel like I'm saying Jared Cook weird? I don't know. Very, very odd. But I might end up making a trade. The team is really good overall. But when you look on the defensive side of the ball, like Amari Kinney kind of sticks out like a sore thumb at 79 overall, because the cornerbacks are all pretty good. Linebacking core, all quite solid. Tom Griffin, as I said, might get traded, might not. I don't know. But Levante David is going to be traded. I need his contract out of here. Bowie I like quite a bit. I'm going to change his position to right end just for the sake of seeing things a little bit better. Brian Carmichael ended up only having star development. Or no, that was Ellsworth. Who's Carmichael? Remember Dickens? What about Eddie Jackson? What are they paying him? Perfect. This could work out so well. The money actually works out. The player value doesn't at all. Even with a first-round pick, it's not going to happen. Who was the other safety on their team? Jonathan Abram is on the Bears now. Interesting. Broncos, give me Justin Simmons. Another player who is probably just not acquirable. It's going to be a little bit closer, but yeah, I will not be able to do this. Who's going to have... How much value does Levante David have? Oh, not even that much. We could actually make something happen here. If I were to make Tom Griffin, say, a left outside linebacker, or excuse me, a left end, does this trade go through? It might. Trading Levante David a fourth next year for Dalton Reisner. He's going to be our new starting right guard. I told you, how easy offensive guards are able to acquire in this game. So went ahead and did that. He's going to play right guard for us, as I mentioned. Offensive line is now fantastic. I'm still trying to improve on defense. I've moved some positions around trying to, create the most trade value. But I think that eventually Tom Griffin just will end up being a starting outside linebacker for us. He's very solid. It'll be interesting to see how he plays in the 4-3. But I just want a stud safety, and I'm not sure I'll be able to get one. Okay, I went through that way too quickly. I thought I was just offering the exact same thing that I just offered that got declined accidentally. So, no, it turns out it was this year's third. But we're getting Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. That's our new starting strong safety. Nick Cummings, linebacker we drafted, and Brian Carmichael, I think the defensive tackle we just drafted, as well as a third-round pick this year, are headed to the New Orleans Saints. So, interdivisional trade. Yikes. It is what it is. We got it's not even Chauncey Gardner-Johnson anymore. Didn't he change his name to, like, CD's Nuts or something like that? What is his name now? I don't think it's Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. I think he changed it. He Instagram posted something out. Yeah, CD Deuce. Yeah. Okay, so he says the name change to CD Deuce is something he wants to go by because he likes getting called CD. And Deuce comes from his 22, his number. But I remember him as Chauncey Gardner Jr. at Florida. And then he changed to CJ Gardner-Johnson. Like, he's had 100 different names. Too many. But, you get called whatever you want. It's your name, So I don't really have a problem with it. It's just interesting. So I'm going to call him Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Not Chauncey. That's not really a name. We're going to call him Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. He's more of like a hybrid nickel type player than a typical strong safety, which is fine. But we're going to be playing him in that role. I don't know what I want to do with Kinney. Kinney's a good backup to have. He might even just be a good nickel corner for us. 80 overall in that role. But I also could trade him. I think the team's going to be quite good. But if I can get like an actual legit like 4-3 off the ball linebacker, I think that would be ideal. I mean, our top team need is left outside linebacker, which we have an 80 overall. I think it's just depth at that position. Our team's pretty solid. It's just making some tweaks here and there. I can get rid of Amari Kinney's contract, and I think that would be probably pretty good for us. But what else can I trade? Like Slate maybe could be traded, and Patrick Dickens. So our options are Raiders. Raiders might not be bad. How did Nick Kwiatkowski develop? And Corey Littleton. He's an 85. Kwiatkowski did not develop. Got O'Shane Zimenez now. Corey Littleton is an option. We could barely afford that. He'd be decent. Not great. Could go back to the Saints and do an interdivisional trade again. They have Fred Warner. Oh, my goodness. That's probably out of the question. We could bring back Quan Alexander. Are they in a trading mood? Not really. Okay, so I found the trade I'm going to make. Probably a fourth will get it done, I think. We are losing Carlton Davis. and he's a really solid player. So a little bit unfortunate. It might take a future second. Hopefully a third goes through. It doesn't. It's going to be a future second. It's going to be Amari Kinney, Carlton Davis, and a future 2 for Rashaan Evans. The backup tight end is just for cap purposes, so the Titans can actually afford to do this. But we're getting Rashaan Evans. He's quite an acquisition because his overall is going to jump up to like 87, and he's actually not particularly old at 27. So really, really good pickup. We can trade Tom Griffin if we want to for like a good third corner. So that's an option. Dickens, like Tom Griffin, and that would be it for a good corner. I'm not thrilled about trading divisionally again, but Brian Elam looks like quite the player. Falcons probably wouldn't want to part with him anyway. But that might be our best option. Raiders and Rams. I can't get Jalen Ramsey probably, but it'd be worth a shot if I go with the Rams after this. Well, we're doing it anyway. Griffin and Dickens head to the Falcons for Elam. Again, I talked about the whole interdivisional trading thing. I don't love it, but this clearly isn't like the realistic version of the rebuild that we'll do with the Bucs later on in the year. Excited for those realistic rebuilds. Definitely let me know down in the comments section below. But now we have a really solid third corner. We didn't need Tom Griffin at this point anyway, so I just decided to make the executive decision there and move on. Rashaan Evans overall actually only went up by 1. That's interesting. He's up to 70 finesse moves, 64 power moves, 96 hit power. Rashaan Evans looks so good in this game. Linebacking core, rainbow going across. Fantastic. Secondary seems to be quite good as well. Defensive line, I mean, we don't really have a hole on this team. So it's going to be even more sad when we don't make the playoffs again. Got that rookie receiver in the slot. He will also be our specialist slot receiver. Would have been nice to have him with a development trait above normal, but no one seems to have it. Really solid team. I expect nothing but missing the playoffs. We'll simulate to the midseason mark and see how we're doing. Who is surprised? Not me. 4-3 at the midseason mark. That's the not shock of the century. Clearly that was going to be our record. It's a record every time. 23rd offense now out of nowhere. Let me guess. The defense is top 10 now. Sick, dude. Mike Evans is our top free agent. Probably will do another year after this, depending on how this one goes. I don't know that we're going to have the money to bring back all these guys. I mean, I guess there's only really, 4 big ones? Yeah, so we could definitely do this. Well, I mean, depending on how much money we have. I think we're going to have enough, though. Yeah, we should. Mike Evans is going to be expensive, but I think we should be able to swing this. Mike Evans wants a higher salary. Can Mike Evans just, like, be agreeable for once? Okay, so I'm actually going to wait to re-sign Antoine Winfield purely because I know the franchise tag for receiver is more expensive than safety. So I'm just going to wait on that. I'll wait another week. 4-4 after a loss to the Cowboys. Dude, start winning games. This team is good enough. It's a 90+ overall. The Panthers statistically have one of the worst offenses yards-wise, but they are scoring among the best in the NFL. Interesting. Tell me we're going to make the playoffs here. Thank God. 9-7. Didn't win the division, but we snuck into the playoffs. Second best offense out of nowhere. 8th defense. We snuck into the playoffs. I'll show you the schedule, too. Sometimes on these turnarounds, I could see how it looked like I forced wins, which I wish that I would, because we should be winning games anyway. But it seems like we got hot. After 3 straight losses, and then a win and then a loss, we didn't even get hot. We stayed at the same rate, pretty much. I guess we just won the games we needed to. I mean, we had such a good team. And this team's like, we're going to be about average. Barely sneak into the playoffs for the first time in Season 3. Quarterback, Patrick Finney was pretty good. You'll take that year every time. I mean, that's a really solid year. Rushing, Alvin Kamara was fantastic per usual. Receiving, Mike Evans had over 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. O.J. Howard was really good. Chris Godwin was okay, but the rookie Marquez Truman had a really solid year. I mean, Chris Godwin was good, obviously. You just want to see more touchdowns in there than he ended up getting. Devin White with a great season yet again. Seems to be the trend with him. He's just going to have great seasons. Ooh, 2 double-digit sack guys. Shaq Barrett, Vita Vea. Thomas Bowie had 7. We want to see more sacks, more pressure from the team. Bobby Wagner, 3 picks, as did Sean Murphy-Bunting. Devin White with 2. Yearly awards. Patrick Mahomes wins another MVP. Seems to be the trend here every year that's going to happen. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Jimmy Garoppolo. Patrick Finney at 8. Defensive Player of the Year, Carl Polite. Maybe a cousin there of a Jukai brother. Who knows? A little Jukai Polite action. Devin White in there at 9. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Alex Jenkins. Marquez Truman finished at 3rd. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Darren Gillespie. Cardinals there. No Bucks. Who's excited for an early exit from the playoffs? I am. There it is. Lost by a touchdown. Oh, I want to cry. It is what it is, man. 92 overall team struggles to even win a game. Bengals won the Super Bowl against football teams, so that's how a rebuild's done, I guess, is the teams that in this past year's draft had picks number 1 and 2. They both faced off in the Super Bowl. As I'm going to try to bring back Mike Evans. He wanted what? Higher salary? Yeah, okay. So we'll buff that up a little bit. I think 11.6 mil should do it. And then did we have a retiree or something? Because I feel like we got a lot more cap space kind of out of nowhere. Maybe not. Can we even afford Antoine Winfield Jr.? Hold on. He's going to test free agency. Well, I got bad news for you. You're not. Because you're going to get franchise tagged. It's 13.6 mil. It's a lot of money. But we need to keep him around. We're going into the final season. It's make it or break it time. Our picking at number 19, the Steelers with back-to-back number 1 overall picks. Vikings in there as well, Dolphins in there. It feels like it's the same exact order. Now, I don't really know what the point of the draft is for us at this exact moment, considering this team really doesn't have a hole or a flaw. It's just such a good, well-rounded team that just continues to lose. Ooh, Rashaan Evans went up to superstar development. There we go. Bobby Wagner's regressing a little bit, but Kirkpatrick could easily step into that role. Like, we're set up for a deep, deep franchise with all of our good young players and development traits and backups. This is a really good team that just, again, just refuses to win. And it's hurtful. Backup tight end, maybe. We'll take best player available. Whatever that means. Or whoever that means. Like we're paying 2 receivers over $17 million a year. We won't be able to trade up because we don't have the cap room right now because of the franchise tag. So we'll see what number 19 has in store for us. What type of player can we grab? Hopefully a good one. Damian Brittingham. What a name. What is this? A first rounder in the 7th? 2? Oh my goodness. This would be a good draft class to need receivers in. Unless this means this is just a really bad draft class, which there's always a potential for that. This dude's name is not George Clinton. Oh my goodness. For those not so familiar with George Clinton, this is him. Yeah, he's a lot of fun. It's a pretty deep class, too. It's either a receiver here or a cornerback. I don't feel like we need a receiver as much. Nicholas Toll is going to be my pick, I think, out of UNC. Looks really good. And he is a 76 overall, number 4 in the class. We took him at 19. Adds to our cornerback depth. Good tackling as well. Good block shedding, hit power. This guy could be a very good safety. 5'10", 193, a little bit light. But he looks really, really good. Guess we'll take both of these receivers from here on out. Let's see how good they're going to be. 73 overall, number 23 in the draft. So it's not even just a really bad draft class. These are just really good players near the end. Look at the speed, the route running, and the catching. That's everything you want in a receiver pretty much, man. I think he's wearing Keyshawn Johnson's number. Did Keyshawn wear 17? I want to say he did. He wore 19 for the Bucks. Why did I think that was Joey Galloway? Did Joey Galloway wear 81 for the Bucks? 84. I'm off base right now. Clear, we're not even on the same planet with some of these. Mike Hunter. Mike Hunt? It's a Twitch memer. You guys ever seen those guys who are like, can you say happy birthday to my friend Mike Hunt? Yeah, dude, happy birthday. That receiver got drafted. That's a shame. I mean, it isn't really, but I mean, it would have been nice to draft him. Any other first-round caliber players here? Nope. We'll draft DeMarco Morris, another receiver in there. Still not that bad. I don't know what is he even bad at? Trucking? I mean, again, his catching, route running, and athleticism all seems to be there. That's the 53rd best player in the draft. I feel like receivers are so easy to come by. But that's going to do it for the draft as we head into the final season. So this is the team for the final season. Looks really solid. Like, you can't really find a hole on this team, except maybe we could use a backup tight end, which we're not going to be able to have one. Do we have anyone with good size? 5'9", that really wouldn't make for a great tight end. 6'2", 204. Also a little bit light. I'm looking for someone that's like 6'4". We don't have it. All right, Brackens, you play tight end now. I mean, he is super not a tight end, but we need someone to fill the position. He went to Wisconsin. I feel like that's close enough to being a tight end. He's a 68. That'll do. He's just a receiving threat at tight end. He's like, you know, some of these guys that come out and just can't block, which is fine. We're going to simulate to the midseason mark. We probably won't be doing well with a dominant team. Well, I guess it's not a dominant team if we're not doing well, but we're not going to be doing well with a great team. So I guess they're not even great. I don't know. 3-4. I stopped it at week 8. I love losing. It's so fun. Third best offense. And our defense is 16th. We're negative. That's why we lost 4 out of our last 5 games. Disgusting. Not going to bother with re-signing anybody. So we'll see if this team can make the playoffs. I think we actually can. Our defense was not so great at the midseason mark last time and then kind of turned it on. The offense continues to dominate. It's just as long as the defense can play well, this team's going to win games. Our schedule didn't appear to be that tough near the end. I think we're actually going to win and make the playoffs. And we did. There we go. First round bye, in fact. 12-4. This team really turned it around. My goodness. 5th best offense. So we got a little bit worse offensively. Had the defense. We moved up to number 1. Okay. Finally, the defense is playing well, even though the offense somehow took a step back. How did the offense take a step back like this? 10 TDs for Marquez Truman in the slot. Love to see that. Not a lot of passing touchdowns, man. This was kind of a weird year. Defensively, Devin White, again, had a pretty good year, but less great than in years past. Shaq Barrett had 19.5 sacks. Where did this come from? Thomas Bowie with 13. Bengals defensive playbook is OP. We didn't really get that many interceptions, but I don't care. Our edge rushers finally started putting pressure on the quarterback. Joe Burrow wins MVP. That's how the Bengals are in the Super Bowl. Their defense is carrying them, even though the offense is sick as well. I mean, that Joe Burrow doesn't make sense for that narrative, but I mean, with the playbook and us being ranked number 1. As Russell Wilson wins Offensive Player of the Year, Finney at 5. Defensive Player of the Year, Khalil Mack. Shaq Barrett with 19.5 sacks at 2. Okay. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Deion Reeves. No Bucks. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Mario Baker. Did the Saints have 2 guys? Jesus. And they have another one at 5. Man, this is wild. Nicholas Tull, our 4th corner, in there at number 7. So you got the Eagles in the divisional. I pray to God this is not an early exit, man. We have a lot of coach XP. It doesn't really matter at this point. We're a 93 overall team. I guess we'll do running back and then kicker, punter. Again, like, not really that it matters. We'll jump in the conference championship if we have to. I would hope we can get through the Eagles. I do not want to quit franchise mode, even though I do. We'll see if we can get to the conference championship. We actually destroy them. 38-7. The 8-8 Eagles did not belong being in there. But now we have the super overpowered Seahawks in the conference championship. We're going to jump in. I'll jump in earlier if I have to. They're an 85 overall to our 93. Come on. Come on, Bucks. Out to an early lead, but it isn't a big one. Our defense just needs to play well. We're up 10-0, 13-0. The defense is stepping up 20-0. Seahawks can't hang. 23 to... Okay, they're making a little bit of a comeback here. I think it's just going to be too little too late. Again, shout out JoJo. One of the biggest bangers ever. Okay, what the... Okay. They're down by a touchdown, and we got the ball. Game over. We're going to the Super Bowl. That one ended up being way too close. They're not going to ruin my Super Bowl shot. It's not going to happen. Who got a pick for us off Russell Wilson? Rashaan Evans. Dude, what a pickup he's been. Oh, Chris Godwin enters the 99 club. Well, that's cool. And we'll see if any development traits change for the Super Bowl. Will any likely go up? I don't think so. I don't think any are likely to increase. Because I don't think we won anything major. I don't think anyone had a crazy year or anything like that. But Chris Godwin is in the 99 club. Beast. Even though his numbers he put up weren't particularly crazy. Rashaan Evans, beast. I don't really think anyone's gone up in development trade at all. I'm not noticing anybody, so I doubt that anything did change. But we're in the Super Bowl. It is Bucks, Jets. There's no way the Jets can hang here. They're an 84 overall. What are you doing here? We're in the away. I think the away team, or the away uniforms, almost always win the Super Bowl, though. In the last couple decades, almost, I want to say. I think the only time it's been a team with dark jerseys is Aaron Rodgers in 2012. Right? And another time, probably. I want a Super Sim. I don't want to... I guess we'll return. Why not? We got Webster back here. We're on arcade mode. That's just more fun for the rebuilds because we actually have a chance to come back in the game. It's about building the team, It's not about the gameplay. If you want to see gameplay, I have a Jags franchise on my channel, so you can check that out. I'm not good, but we have fun on the series, so check it out. It's 3-3 here at the end of the first quarter, but the Jets go on top to start the second. This Bucs offense needs to step up, man. Jets ahead by 10 as we approach the second half, and we are deep into it. Finally getting on the board here. Hadn't scored in a while, but we are deep into the game now. The fourth quarter, we got to play defense. Let's go ahead and stop Sam Darnold and the Jets from scoring. Backed up into our own end zone. Just got to make tackles. Who is that? Kareem Hunt is on the Jets now. You got to be kidding me. What a fast throw on the slant. Unreal. There's no way. Oh my goodness. Under pressure, delivers an accurate throw. I hate this game. All right, it's time to just throw the ball up to Mike Evans or something. I don't actually like any of my guys here. Finney, you got to be faster. Who is that for the Jets? Who is that? Is that Chase Young on the Jets or something? I have no idea. I didn't see the name. And no one really got open there. That's the fastest out route I've ever seen from Chris Godwin. Not exactly an out route, but kind of rounded, and he got through that turn so quickly. Dude, look at this blanket coverage. That's a 99 overall receiver that's getting absolutely shadowed. What difficulty is this on? Dude, man coverage is super strong. We're making a nice little comeback, but that screen got read pretty well. Just need to get out of bounds. Dude, I don't like any of my options. No one's getting even an inch of separation. This is so bad. I felt like I went through my reads there so well. It's not even like man or zone. They're just unreal in coverage. Anything. That's open. Can we get that in there? Truman sideline caught it. I'm so scared to throw the ball into any type of, not even just traffic, but any sort of tight coverage at all. I'm afraid to throw a pick because I know I'm going to hear it. I just don't want to throw a pick. O.J. Howard. We can fit that in there. There we go. Touchdown. Down by 3, pending the extra point. We can actually make a comeback. We just need to play defense. Oh, they got me. They got me on the play action. So bad. I bit so hard. They only got 3, though. Throw it up. Or somebody bring Darnold down. Thank you. Right, we got a chance here. I'm throwing that to Mike Evans. Just be better. Be better, Mike Evans. Look at the size. He's holding the football. You're not holding it, Mike. He's acting like he has it. They're challenging. Don't tell me this is getting overturned. Don't tell me. Okay, thank goodness. Mike Evans underneath. Why would you spin that way when I'm pushing left stick to the right? Oh, I wanted to throw to Kamara. If I would have fumbled there, I would have freaked. I don't mean throw. I wanted to hand it off. I don't know why it wasn't. It was an RPO. I didn't press a button to throw to a receiver, which means hand it to Kamara. I'm not even trying to read holes right now, by the way. That's a shitty book. No, I'm just kidding. That's a fun coincidence, though. Freaking, what is his name? Stanley Yelnats. What a juke from Kamara. He just hopped across the entire field. But I'm just trying to waste clock a little bit. Trying to win a Super Bowl. Okay? Oh, red blocks that time. What a move. Kamara is super fun to play with. He feels so quick. It's that change in direction stat. Oh, he's getting piggybacked. Is that Ollie Marpet? Who's 54 on our team? Is that Marpet? I can't tell. I don't know. Either way, we are going up 24-20. Got 53 seconds to play. We just got to play defense. They need a touchdown to win. They have 2 timeouts. Kind of a dicey spot. Little dicey. Man, our secondary's bad. No, you're not going to break that tackle. Oh, this is disastrous. They're already into Tampa Bay Buccaneer territory. I don't like this. Dude, the out is wide open. The clock's still ticking, though, and they're calling a timeout. 11 seconds. That was actually fine. The fact that he stayed in bounds, very, very bad for the Jets. Now, are they going to throw it into the end zone and score on me with no time remaining? Sure they are. But we had a lot of fun up to this point. We just got to pretend that doesn't happen. But it's going to. Yeah, check down, dude. Fine, take it. Now it's a 34-yard throw to the end zone. Last play of the game no matter what. I'm not running man up 3 deep, okay? We're sending the house. Not the house, but we're sending a lot of guys. We're getting that quick throw. And that's the game. Sick read, Sam Darnold. Oh shit, 6 seconds. Let's get a quick out. With no timeouts. Nice, dude. So Patrick Finney, I think, very clearly outperformed Sam Darnold by that stat line. More passing yards, and that's really all we got to talk about. But I think that's going to do it for this game, man. We won. We actually won a Super Bowl. Now, we didn't see the celebration or whatever because it's been the same for the last 5 years. But we won a Super Bowl. But that is going to do it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed as we got the Super Bowl 58 victory here. This is the final team. Again, all we do is build juggernauts here because, you know, we don't play by the rules. We're the bad boy rebuilds. This is the team. Let me know what you think of it down in the comment section below. I'm going to say MVP casually of the rebuild. I'm going to say Rashaan Evans. Even though that's not who the answer is, I'm going to go with Rashaan Evans. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I will see you in the next one. Subscribe if you're new. Take it easy. Bye.